course it was unjustified, but she is a narcissist, and took complete advantage of the way society perceives her gender as the fairer, liar. It was a calculated risk for the narcissist, but no one would ever believe that such a woman, unless they had witnessed her actions, could inflict such harsh physical abuse, for realizing, and speaking up about her deception. The narcissist apathetically believed that it was acceptable behavior, because she was hitting a man, and he should have not been allowed to tell anyone about her underlying motives, even if it was all completely true, and would be beneficial to anyone interacting with the emotional abuser, like a lookout, heads up. Of course it upset her, she was being identified and found out at long last. In saying that the police would never disbelieve her stories, whatever lies were spun. Police officers have a duty to put women and children rights before men's in this feminized society, and the narcissist understands the implication of that generalization, with feelings of assurance that my voiceless rights would be secondary in any given situation, or heaven forbid ugly altercation. There had deliberately been no closure of the unbeknown false relationship. Instead the abused victim had to somehow accommodate yet more insidious mind games. The emotional abuser seemed confident that I would never question these mind games, by asking the Filipino nurse housemates for validation of her, the emotional abuser's stories. I never did question her, because I did not want to believe what she really was, a complete NPD narcissist, and went into denial. The emotional abuser had casually told me that the housemates in the new house were all her friends now, after only a few weeks of knowing them, and soon she would be referring to them as family. It was very strange how she was suddenly loyal to complete strangers more than I. The emotional abuser had still not ended the phony relationship, real transaction. Officially with me, yes, yet another mind game. For her to get another ego boost. This is too good to be true. Narcissistic tactic to keep ramming the far too soon over friendly labels, until the recipients, the
Queen!
nurse housemates, would hopefully submit. Having stuck subconsciously, then believed, then accepted, which was very true for I, who knows about the nurse housemates. Probably, like myself, they would have instantly found themselves taken in by the narcissist's charm, and felt a reason to be obligated, after the narcissist's perfect pleasing housemate of the year routine. But this would have been a grave mistake to allow the narcissist in to gain trust, emotional support, and a possible way to covertly use even the most socially experienced of them. Interestingly, it has to be mentioned that the narcissist had never said that she was a friend to the Filipino housemates, just that they were her friends and family. She had also referred to I only as her lover, further supporting the narcissist's personality matching yet another criterion of the 9DSM-5 NPD. In reflection, the narcissist had set up the whole my rejection old supply, their acceptance new supply scenario for maximum narcissistic gain, which probably gave the emotional abuser sadistic internal pleasure, which she knew never to dare express. All that is preventing a narcissistic personality becoming sociopathic or psychopathic is innate cowardice. Please reference the DSM-V for acknowledgement and validation of the statement above. It was later learned that the emotional abuser was using this new emotional supply, the nurses, to deliberately deprive me of emotional support, as I had still been in the dark about the phony relationship and its termination date, purposely denying me the victim closure. This all for sadistic pleasure, making I, at the time, sense a subtle marginalized feeling of displacement, like something was undeniably erroneous. I had definitely lost something necessary, conjuring up all of these faintly stinging feelings of insecurity, instability, and betrayal which I, at the time, tried to overlook, denying my gut instinct, being an imprudent empathic soul. At the time, I fooled myself into believing that the narcissist's actions were merely accidental and innocent, accepting them as interpersonal developments that inevitably form when people meet others and get on. However, the subtle abandonment was still disturbing. Trying to sleep in her bedroom, I could hear everything between the narcissist and her new supply. Their laughter, talking, and light-hearted giggling, and shouting from inside the lounge. They were all sitting in, across the hallway.